All right, guys, so I want to do a little breakdown here of a little experiment I did trying to use Tomiki Aikido techniques only. When I got to the ground, I did do some jiu-jitsu stuff. It was really hard to get into the Aikido pins, but from the standing position, was able to make a lot of the Aikido stuff work. So I'm just going to kind of take you through what happened. All right, so starting from the beginning, first engagement, I'm parrying away the strikes. And it was pretty easy using a shomen to come at the face, and then I go right into this running kotagaishi that I like to do. Again, I think on concrete, that fall would have been pretty hard. I would have been able to follow up, but in this context, it was really tough to keep him down. He comes in on a single leg here. I was able to bat that away. I think that's also why the grappling skills are so important. He's able to beat me on the distance, and I go right into this urigatami technique. You're going to see that a whole bunch. Here's what I'm talking about. I decided I wanted to keep him down, and the Aikido pins really weren't working, so I just said, you know what, I'm just going to go right in for some jiu-jitsu stuff. I want to keep him down. He gets up again, and I do a Ushiro Ate that shows up twice during this whole thing. So it's 2 Ushiro Ates. There's a whole bunch of those urigatamis. Take the back here, and I just wanted to get a finish at this point, so just came in, hand fighting, using the body triangle. This is obviously, pure Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu type stuff, but clearly very effective in controlling a single opponent. Finish on a single arm rear naked choke there. We get back up. We're gonna reset and do the whole thing over again. Again, using the stance, trying to bat away any strikes, any kicks that he's doing, trying to control his hand. Again, here we go, locking up that urigatami. It throws him right through. It's really, really tough to keep somebody down who has jiu-jitsu training with the Aikido style pins. I mean, I definitely could work more on it, but I think that you're better off using jiu-jitsu style ground stuff in order to hold the person down. Third time here with urigatami. This time I was really trying to pin him to make sure he stayed down, so I went a little bit slower with it. Transition right into an arm lock, jujigatami, finish that. Then we're gonna get back up. Again, just using striking skills I learned doing kickboxing, boxing type training. He beats me on the distance, so we end up in this tight clinch. And he actually gets around, starting to get onto my back here. And this is the one instance that we're going to see Tenkai Kota Hineri, which is actually used in the Daisan for a similar purpose as this, which is to take somebody off who's coming at you from behind. So I use that Kota Hineri to peel him off, and then finish on a toe hold on his leg, just given the position we were in. I said, you know what, I'm just going to go right on this toe hold since it's right here. Sometimes you can keep the person pinned with the threat of a submission. So when you don't have that strong of a pin, the threat of the submission, the threat of that toe hold gives additional pressure to keep him pinned. Same thing, just trying to keep the right distance so that I can get into some more Aikido techniques. End up in a little bit of almost like a Russian tie here. And then I went for a Tenkai Kota Hineri, but missed it. Trying to go for a shomenate here, went right to the face. I got the leg off the ground, but since I was trying to avoid jiu-jitsu and wrestling techniques, I didn't really have any way to finish that single leg unless we had a little bit more space for me to run him down in the shomenate style. Here we have a wakigatame / mayatoshi type arm lock. It throws him down, but again, I wasn't able to secure the pin. Definitely something I'm going to be looking more at from this is how to secure those pins. A little bit of wrestling kind of takes me right back into another urigatami. That's definitely the superstar here. I have to say, in a lot of ways, I always thought of kotagaishi being the most effective, but this urigatami is really, really powerful. I know it shows up in the Nidan curriculum for Tomiki Aikido against a downward stab, so it's definitely something that's within the art. Another Mayatoshi type attempt, went for a Geidan Gyaku type thing, didn't really work, and again with another Urigatami, takes him down. then into some more jiu-jitsu type stuff. He gets up, he scrambles up, and we go for a Nushiro Ate, knock him back down, pinning him to the ground, go to knee on belly, circling, looking for the Kimura, finish on the Kimura again. And that's that. So all in all, I think this is a really nice experiment to show that with the off balances, the Kazushi, and the standing techniques from the Tomiki Aikido, they could be really effective even when someone's trying to strike you. Definitely need to explore more on what kinds of pins I can use to hold the person down and keep them down without having to lower my own level, lower my head in the case of a street scenario where there's multiple attackers. So that's that, guys. Hope you enjoyed.